Okay, class. So here, this is something called the PHET Lab. Um, it is a website that allows us to do some simulations to help us learn about chemical compounds in this case. And so the PHET Building Compounds Lab is right here. And when you open this document for your assignment, you can click on the link that's posted, and it will take you to the simulation. So it's similar to kind of a gizmo. It's a little bit different. Um, I'm actually partial to the PHET Lab a little bit. So, okay, so when you get here, you're going to click on single. We're not going to do multiples or the playground here. So we're clicking on single. And this is your PHET Lab. This is where we're going to be building our molecules. So you can see that they give us elements to play with. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be building these elements or compounds depending on what they're made out of. And so each of these is in a collection. I've gotten all the way up to collection 6. We're not going to do that. We're going to go to collection 5, which you'll see that it's kind of, you get in a rhythm a little bit here. And so it can go faster as you get better at this assignment. But I just feel like eventually it's a little repetitive. So we're going to go through collection 5 for these compounds. And you can see that in our document. So we're going to go to the document. It says, after finding the simulation, use it to construct the following compounds for each collection. So what you'll notice in the document here, if you scroll down, there are collections 2, collection 3, collection 4, and then there's a collection 5. And then at the bottom, there are summary questions for you to answer. They're really simple questions. I just want you to look at any patterns that you see after you completed all of your building of molecules and try to answer these 3 questions about elements and how we can determine the number of elements in a compound. So we'll go back up to the top. Close your eyes if you get sick. We're moving fast. Okay. So how do you do this? Coach Smith, this is weird. It's something new. How do I actually work it? So there's a few things that we're going to do. So I'm going to actually do this first example with us. So I've gone ahead and I put the answers in here for this first one so you can see what the expectation is for each of these rows in terms of information. So we're going to go up here to the PHET Lab. And our first one for collection 1 is H2O. So I'm going to have 2 H's, 1 H, 2 H, and an O. And I literally am going to put them together and they will bond when you see that blue box. And then if you want to see what the molecule actually looks like, you can click on 3D and it will actually show you a molecular formula, like what it looks like. And so this is like electron shell. This is showing the bonds with these lines. So either one of these helps us see how the molecule's formed. And you can look at that easily. Now, you can't take a screenshot, but I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. So H2, right there's H2O. And so I would put that in there, and now I have H2O. And so now I'm going to go back to my document. Which elements did I use? I used hydrogen and I used oxygen. I used 2 hydrogens and I used 1 oxygen. And this is a compound because it is made from 2 different elements. It's not the same element. It's made from 2 different elements, right? Hydrogen and oxygen. Now, some of these are not, like oxygen here. This is just oxygen. So while you're going to tell me what it's made out of and how many of each one there is, this is an element because it is the same element. There's no other element with it. It's not necessarily considered a compound. It is a molecule, but it is an element. Okay. And then you would put the picture in there. This is just a screenshot. And so you can take a screenshot of this and then crop it so that you can fit it in. And the way you do that, if you click on the bottom here, there's this right here. You can say screenshot. And I'll click screenshot and it will save a picture here to your document. I'm not quite sure what it will do on the Chromebook, So if it doesn't save, you can still, if you need to, you can look up a picture with the compound of water, and you can actually post it into your document like I have. So mine, I'm going to get a screenshot in this. So what I did is I went here and I inserted that image, and then I cropped it. And so if you don't know how to crop an image, if you double click, it's going to put this black box around the picture, and you can actually shrink the box, and it will crop it so that it shows only that image, part of the image that you want. So that's what I did. I actually took a whole screenshot and I cropped it down to this little spot where it just talked about hydrogen. So now there you go. And that's H2O right there. Okay. So your job is to complete each of these sets. So you're going to go back in here and you're going to build each of these molecules. Okay. So, oops, that's not where I want to be. Back where we're supposed to be. Okay. So when you're done, you're going to take a screenshot of the whole thing. So I'm going to screenshot, bam. And then I'm going to put that at the bottom to show that I completed each collection. So when I scroll here, it says insert screenshot. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to click insert image. And for me, I'm going to upload from my computer. You might have to copy and paste. You might be able to do that too if you just double click. Maybe, nope. Looks like you're going to want to do the screenshot thing. And so maybe it'll download somehow. I'm not quite sure how it'll work on the Chromebook. And then you're going to, for me, it's a file. So I'm going to have to open it. And then I'm going to open the file. And then I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to close the file. And then I'm going to go here. And I'm going to paste. Paste. Well, that's not working. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to go insert. And I'm going to go upload from computer. And then I'm going to upload the build a molecule screenshot too. And it's going to upload my screenshot of all my answers here. So I'm not quite sure how the Chromebook will work with uploading the screenshots. If there's issues there, it's okay if you just end up not being able to do that. Just let me know. Honestly, when you take a screenshot, it should download somewhere to your computer. And so whether that's in your drive or whether that's in your browser, you can insert from that into here. And that's what we kind of want. Okay. So you're going to do that for each of the collections, for all 5 collections. And then if you want to, you can play with the PHET lab. You can look at it. So the one thing I would encourage you not to do is don't go to the multiple. We're going to actually use that next week for one of our assignments. But if you can go to the playground, if you want to go to the playground, you can build all kinds of molecules and you see what kind of molecules you want to build. There's tons of stuff here to play with, and you can have fun with that. So after you complete your assignment, feel free to go to the playground and build all kinds of molecules. You can see how big you can make them, how small you can make them, how many different molecules you can use. It's just kind of an activity for us trying to give you the opportunity to understand how compounds are formed and how we can determine how many parts of the compound are there. So good luck, guys. I hope you have a great day, and go Raiders.